This video will show you how to use the games.basescripts.com word search so that you can use your own word lists and load it directly from a Google Sheet of words. So by default, when you go to the website, there's already an ID in here, or you can just hit Start Game and that will start the game and populate the word list with the default word list. So it generates a grid of the word search, and then you can select the words that are within the word search. If you get one of the words, it's going to cross out the word from the list and also allow you to continue to click through until you've selected and you found all of the words that are from the list. You can also generate and use your own Google Sheet and create an ID, publish it to the web, and share that list, and then that will generate an ID that you can share with others, and they can directly come and play the game with your own word list. And the way to do that is to go and open up and create a Google Sheet. So I've just got one here that I've created, and select the ID. And before you do that, I do have the instructions on the page how to do a publishing of your Google Sheet. So open the sheet, and at the top click the file option. So I'll just walk you through it. So under the file option, go down to publish to the web. From the publish to the web, you've got an option to publish, and I can also stop publishing. So I'll stop publishing first, and that's gonna provide me the option where I can select and publish. So what do I want to publish? The sheet. So selecting the sheet 1, which corresponds with the sheet name here, and we've got the list here. So when you're ready to publish your sheet data, just hit publish and hit OK, and that's going to provide you with a web link URL. So you can also go to this URL and check out your sheet content published to the web. And also, once it's published to the web, that also allows you to share the sheet content as a JSON feed. So once you've done that and you've published it to the web and you can see your word list in your Google Sheet published to the web, go back into your Google Sheet and go up at the top where the web URL is, select the ID that you want to use for the sheet and for the word search, and it's going to copy and get all of the words that you have listed within the first column. And you can do this for this one as well. So just getting the ID that you want to use and only the characters between the slashes, and paste the ID into the ID field, and then click the load sheet by ID button. And what that will do is that will create the word list, and this word list is now coming from this Google Sheet. So if I add in more words into here, it will populate those into the sheet data automatically. And you can see that when you refresh your web URL that you're going to have that new populated data. So once you're ready and you've created your own sheet of data, you've listed out and loaded the words, you can select the shareable link, and that will go over and share the web link to, and this is the one that you can share with others that can use the word list, and then they just have to hit the start game, and that's going to generate the word list coming directly from their sheet. So there's one of the new words that was created and added into this. And also for the word lists within the sheets, if you have spaces between the words, it's just going to break those apart and treat those as separate words. So let's give the example here of load sheet by ID. And now we've generated this as the words defined within the word search. And you can click it, you can get the shareable link. In order to use the shareable link to share with others, click the start game, and you're presented with an option to select how large of a grid that you want. So you can go all the way up to 20 for 20 by 20 for the grid. And then once you're ready, it will build the word search with the words incorporated into the grid. So all of these words and anything that it can fit in, it's going to add the words into the grid that it can fit in. And that's how you can create your own word searches. And then at this point, you can just share this URL in order to load by this word list. It will automatically and directly load the word search from your Google Sheet. And as long as you're sharing your file, if you want to unshare it, you just go publish to the web, and here you can hit the stop publishing, and what this will do is this will stop publishing that word list. And now when I refresh it and I hit start game, it's going to just default to the default word list because it's no longer able to access the word list from the sheet. So there are some default words that are loaded. They're animal words, so it will still run the word search, but if you find that you are getting the animal words, these are just the default words, and there's been a problem with loading the content from your sheet.